Hi everyone. In this video I am going to show you how to calculate the enterprise value and equity value per share by using set of information. So you are given the assumptions, the tax rate 20%, discounting rate 9%, the perpetual growth rate is 3%, the current market price per share, this should be per share $19 per share, and the total number of shares 30,000, and also you are given the debt amount 50,000, the cash 275,000, and the capex 10,000. So these are given in US dollars, in millions. This will be the US dollar million amount, and also income, projected income statement extract is also given from 2019 to 2023. So EBITDA and depreciation and amortization is also given. Now what you can do is you need to calculate the enterprise value. So based on this information, now let's take 2019 to 2023. The number of years you are given 5 years. So let's take the 5 years period from 19 to 23. So let's take the EBITDA amount, earnings before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization. So let's take the amount 35,275 to 65,235. Then we need to deduct the tax amount. The tax rate is given, as you can see, 20%. So minus 35,275 times 20% will be the tax amount for 2019. So let's try to fix the tax rate by pressing F4, and we'll drag it till 2023. So we'll take it within bracket, so that will be the tax amount. Now we'll take the net profit after tax. How much is that? We take the sum of this value will be 28,220. So we'll drag it to 2023. So afterwards you need to add back the depreciation, and amortization is a non-cash item. So depreciation and amortization is 5,000 the first year. Just drag this, it will pick the figures. Then again you take the sum of 28 and 5,000, that will be 33,220. Just drag it till 2023. So that will be the depreciation adjusted amount. Then you need to less the capex. Now the capex, let's assume it is 10,000 per annum. So it's given 10,000. So let's take it for the rest of the years as well. So it's an assumption that there will be a cash outflow of 10,000 for capital requirement. So 10,000 you need to take over 2019 to 2023. So you need to take the changes in working capital. So changes in working capital. So since it's not given in the question, what you can assume is, we will assume there is no working capital requirement. So it will be 0 throughout the period from 2019 to 2023. Now let's take the total amount, the sum of 33,220 minus capex. So that will be 23,220 in 2019, then 2000 till 2023. So we need to identify the cash flows. So this is known as free cash flow. The free cash flow from 2019 to 2023 we have calculated. Now what we need to do is, now we need to calculate the net present value of the free cash flows plus the terminal value. You need to add back the terminal value, so which is calculated based on the 2023 cash flow, the free cash flow 45,188. The terminal value will be 45,188 times 1 plus R, which is the perpetual growth rate, divided by discount rate, which is 9%, minus the growth rate. So this is how you calculate the terminal value. So terminal value, it has to be 45,188. Let's move 45,188. So the terminal value will be 775,727. Now the total free cash flow with terminal value, we need to calculate the cash flows from 2019 to 2023. So 23 cash flow, we need to add back the terminal value, because the terminal value is calculated based on 2023, so therefore it should be discounted based on 2023 discounting factor. So the NPV will be, so just simply apply the formula. NPV is the rate 9% times the cash flows. If you take this cash flow, what will happen? See the difference. So it will be 595,055, 595,000. So by taking the terminal value of 775, and if you calculate based on the cash flow with terminal value, that will be 636,683. So there you can see the difference. So what is the difference? This cash flow is taken as 2024 cash flow. So therefore this is 2024 cash flow. It's discounted based on 2024 discounting factor, not based on the 2023 discounting factor. So that's why it gives you 595,055. However, in this, if you calculate in this way, so you just add back the terminal value to 2023. So it will take 2023 discounting factor. So therefore the NPV will be 636,684. So we'll reset the formula. NPV is equal to the rate times the cash flows from 2019 to 2023. So that will be the net present value or the enterprise value. This is the enterprise value. This is the value of the firm, 636,684. Now, in order to calculate the equity value, what you should do is you need to add the cash flow balance. So what is the cash flow balance? Cash flow balance is given as 275. Just add back 275, and you need to deduct the debt outstanding. So how much is the debt outstanding balance? Which is 50,000. So 50,000 has to be deducted. So if you take the total sum, that will give you the equity value. So how much is the equity value? 861,000. So this is the equity value. So how much is the value per share? 861,684 divided by number of shares 30,000. So which will be 28.72. So this is the value per share, equity value, price per share, 28.72. So now we can compare this price along with the market price. So you are given the current market price as $19 per share and the number of outstanding shares. Now we can calculate the market value per share. So based on the current market price. So how much is that? Enterprise value based on the market price. So what is the market capitalization? So market capitalization means nothing but the share price times number of shares. So 19 times 30,000 is the number of shares. That will give you the market capitalization. To that, what you need to do is you need to deduct the cash balance to arrive at the enterprise value. So first of all, you add back the debt amount, which is 50,000. 50,000 has to be added back, and the cash balance has to be deducted. So which is 275,000. 275,000. So if you take the sum of this total, this will be the enterprise value based on the market value, market price. So enterprise value based on market value is 345,000. So this divided by number of shares 30,000 will give you the value per share 11.5. So this is the main difference between the enterprise based on we call it intrinsic value. So intrinsic value means it's a measure of what an asset is worth. This measure is arrived at by means of an objective calculation or complex financial model rather than using the currently trading market price. So based on the financial projections, so we calculated, and which is 28.72, whereas the market, based on the market value, the rate was 11.5. So this is how you calculate the enterprise value and the equity value per share. With this I will conclude my session. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and if you have any doubts, what you can do is you can leave a comment. I'll see you soon with another video. Until then, bye for now.